Tesla is a scam. That's when Tesla was at 200 pre-split. The only way Elon makes money is due to government credits. They'll collapse soon. Tesla's at $600 a share. This company can't even deliver cars or produce them. All in on shorting it. Tesla 2000 pre-split. Lol, it was just a trade. I'm not bearish on Tesla anymore. Tesla $1,000 post-split. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, for fighting all the Tesla FUD, surpassing $1 trillion valuation this week after Hertz orders over 100,000 vehicles. We're going to be taking a look at Tesla stock, the valuation behind Tesla stock, and we're going to be taking a look at my personal position from the time we started buying in 2019 to exactly where I sit with my personal position today. But let's just touch on the news real quick, because Hertz, I think this was for a company that was going bankrupt. First of all, I don't know how they came up with the money to buy this. If you did some digging, let me know what you think. But I think this is brilliant because they're going to be like one of the first kind of car rental companies doing 100% EVs. And the fact is if you're going to go EVs, you might as well go the ones that could potentially have full self-driving by the time these orders are going to be coming in at the end of next year. And I mean, it's just kind of hedging them into the future. I think this is absolutely brilliant from Hertz, considering Tesla and Elon didn't even give them a discount on the cars. I'll presume they'll be getting their discount from the EV tax credits the government may introduce. But this has been one hell of a ride from when I started buying Tesla in 2019, watching it drop in half after all this CNBC debacle with Cathie Wood fighting the bears when it was at its most pivotal moments, leading the stock to today to being up 1,884%. So let me tell you a little bit about my personal history with the company, because I was going through trying to take a look at where I was buying it, which was around the $300 pre-split price, at which many of you know I was taking profit all the way up. That's what I do when I see stocks rally hundreds of percent in thousands of percent within a year. I end up taking profit, and we can see that when I was selling Tesla out of my registered retirement savings plan, which was awesome because it was 100% tax-free income, I sold my last lotted 10 shares at $636 a share. Before that, I sold 5 shares at $674 a share. Going back even further, I sold 2 shares at $628. And again, this was all after the split. Again, buying $300 post-split. And scrolling down, do we have any other more sales? I sold another 5 shares at $442 a share, and I sold another 1 share at $2,050. That was probably the post-split number. So I've been making a lot of money. In fact, in this account, I brought in, I think, somewhere around $35,000 in capital gains just from Tesla stock alone. Now, it took me about 6 months to kind of recollaborate on how I felt about the company, because obviously I thought Tesla was way overvalued here. I watched it run from my sell price of around the $600 mark here all the way up to almost $900 before pulling back down to somewhere in the $500s, at which I realized, when Michael Burry was shorting this, that I still believed in the company very heavily, and I felt like people were missing something. So I went ahead and, as many of you know, I started buying in my corporate account. I ended up picking up 21 shares, pretty much buying back the shares that I sold at almost the same price. The average buy came in at around $673. So I just picked those shares back up, at which we are now up 51%. If we could go back to the original buy price of these shares, it would be astronomical, probably in the thousands of percent. So probably one of the best gainers I have ever had, but I'm currently sitting up $7,275. That's USD, so from the Canadian conversion, almost 10,000 CAD. So just banking now, probably about $45,000 in gains. I've almost made enough money off Tesla at this point to actually buy one of their products. Something that I always used to say about Apple, you want to own Apple, the products are so expensive, but the stock runs so much, you'll make enough to afford the products. It's a philosophy, a way of life that I think everyone should follow. Like, if you have a phone bill every single month, you should own enough of the phone company to actually pay for the phone bill, which is something I did with TELUS, let's say. But let's talk about the valuation metrics here, because actually this might be the first time that Tesla stock is actually making sense. And I know this is hard to wrap your head around, but when we're actually seeing these positive numbers, and we can kind of suspect the growth numbers with Tesla actually selling out of even Model Ys until the end of next year as expected deliveries. If you're ordering today, guys, look at the PE ratio. And again, these have not been updated because now we're over $1 trillion. But when we were in the 900 billion range, the forward PE on Tesla was at 109. I can remember when Zoom was trading at a higher forward PE than that, and it took Zoom pretty much crashing the whole stock to get to a forward PE of 56, where it currently sits at a trailing PE of 83. But look at something like a Shopify, which is trading at a forward PE of 238. I mean, you can play around with all these growth vectors in different companies and see that Tesla is trading at the higher end of the growth spectrum, but at the same time, with now the fact that we actually can see the company pulling insane revenue numbers and margins that no other EV or no other auto company can pretty much hit without losing money selling at selling the vehicles for the same price Tesla is. I mean, people finally woke up to what this company is capable of compared to any competitors. And I keep stating this time and time again, we are just getting warmed up here. I don't recommend anybody really buy Tesla. It's something that I keep saying in my chat group. I have never bought it for my parents. I don't recommend my family buy it. It's an extremely volatile company based off, obviously, a lot of things going right. And lately, a lot of things have been going right. And if they can get through this kind of chip shortage and keep posting great numbers, and the fact that they have all this battery tech coming into play, considering, guys, the largest battery producer in China stated by 2025 there will be massive shortages, which I would argue there already is battery shortages, which is going to give them another leg up coming out of the chip shortage as we head into that shortage. So I'm still bullish on the business. Like I've said, I've never really been bullish on the stock, but because Tesla is going to be one of these generational companies that will only be comparable to the likes of what Steve Jobs accomplished, I want to hold it for that reason, so I can tell my grandkids, like, I was part of one of the greatest growth companies of my generation. And that is how I feel about Tesla, and that's why I continue to hold it. And I am not selling any shares as it stands today. If I had to put a price target on this, don't have one, but I'm going to guess that this company is easily going to be one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive company from a market cap perspective in the next decade, just because of the capability of the auto industry, utilities. I mean, we're getting into AI, machine learning. They're going to be getting into the whole cloud side of their business. Endless opportunities for huge growth. So I want to pass the question off to you. What do you guys think about Tesla here? I'd love to hear about it in that comment section below. We can continue the conversation fighting the Tesla FUD and all the bears out there. So stay cool, stay awesome, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.